What's going on, gang? UFC 284 has wrapped up. I'm a little late to the party. I'm a few days late. But, this card, there's still so much to talk about, that, I figured why not? Even though a lot of people have gotten their thoughts out already, I can still do my video. So, as we can see here, this kind of shares my thoughts of it, but I will break this down a little more, starting with the main event. The main event was amazing. Now, this wasn't like a brawl, like war type of fight, like entertaining, like Glover and Prohatska. It was not like that fight, or like Chimaev and Burns. It's not like a war like that. This was a showcase of high-level technique and skill that only these two guys are really capable of doing. You know what I mean? And they were doing it against each other, and they were both having moments. And like I say here, I think it was the highest skilled fight we've seen so far, what can you think of that really tops it? We've never had the number one and number two pound for pound fighters in the world fight each other. So it makes sense that we got such a good fight, I really enjoyed it. I've watched it 3 times. I plan on watching it more, though. And I gotta say, man, live, I had it for Volk. I watched it back. I had it for Volk. I watched it back. I had it for Volk. So I think Volk won the fight, I do. I think he won 2, 3, and 5 pretty clearly. I'm actually surprised he didn't win. I thought he could maybe get the split decision, in Australia with the crowd there. That crowd, real quick, let me mention, that crowd was insane. They were going crazy. Like, I could feel through the TV the energy they brought. And there was only like 14,000 people in there, and they were, that place was roaring. UFC should definitely go back there. Now, also, Islam won the fight. We know this. But as I'm sure we also know, Volkanovski is still number 1 pound for pound. And I think that this is completely accurate, I think that this is fair, even though they did say, like, the pound for pound number 1, the lightweight on the line, like, I know that was the whole narrative going into it, but considering that Volk went up a division and made it that competitive, and, a lot of people think he won, me included, I still think he's the number 1 pound for pound fighter, when you look at who was more skilled in there, I think it's gotta be Volk, with all the disadvantages, it's gotta be Volk. But with that being said, I'm not mad Islam won. I would have been really happy if Volk won because I'm a Volk fan. But I'm not mad Islam won because it was a close fight, And like I say here, I don't think it was a robbery. We can't just call every close fight a robbery. But it does kind of piss me off that the UFC isn't consistent with their judging. Because if this fight happened at 280, bro, Volk would have won. I mean that because look at the O'Malley and Yan fight, That fight was more of a damage. Like, O'Malley won that fight off of damage, you know what I mean? When Yan had control time. Why didn't the same thing apply here, So it's just kind of annoying that the judging is never consistent. I don't know, maybe I'm being a fucking asshole and being, like, nitpicky. But I'm just saying, okay? But I want to see this fight again. I would not complain if they ran this fight back. Of course, I know we've got an interim champ at featherweight now, and that's completely fine. And if Dana wants to make that fight first between him and Volk, that's totally cool. But I wouldn't complain if they ran this right back. I mean, who else is fighting for the title at lightweight? And who else is going to make it that competitive? Because I think Volk beats most of the top 15 at lightweight. Let's pull up the rankings here. Let's take a look. I'll put this here. We can look at this together, okay? Lightweight, right here. I think that the biggest issue for Volk here is Charles Oliveira, of course. In a world, Dariush is a problem. In a world where Chandler's smart, Chandler can be a problem. But, the rest of these guys, Fiziev, maybe. But, like, the rest of these guys, like, down here, like, look, I fuck with these guys. Like, I'm not trying to shit on them, but Volkanovski's the number one pound for pound fighter in the world. You know what I mean? I think he can steamroll a bunch of these guys in one night. And I think we should get the rematch, because why not? Great fight. I don't think. Look, if people are really gonna complain about a rematch of this fight, that's on you. Co-main. Let's talk about it. The co-main, I made a lot of fun of this card going into it, talking about how shit it is. But look, I mean, it delivered. And I think a part of the reason it delivered was the crowd, But this fight was a great showcase of skill from Yair, Now, don't get me wrong, Josh Emmett clipped him a few times. He hit him with some shit, but it just wasn't enough, And Yair he displayed a lot of cool stuff, in my opinion. You guys know what I'm saying. Like, he just has a cool style, And he got a pretty spectacular finish, triangle choke, great stuff. And I mean, yeah, Josh hit him with everything he had, but I think it was just kind of a given from the start that Yair was gonna win this fight. I know that this video and my last video makes it seem like I hate Josh Emmett, which I fucking don't. I have nothing against him, but like, I mean, I felt kind of bad for him in the embedded episodes, because he deteriorates after every fight. He's getting up there in age, takes damage, and I was just like, oh my god, this guy, he doesn't get it. He doesn't know what he's in for. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not saying he was there to lose. Okay, I'm not. But I mean, on paper, Yair had this shit in the bag, and I explained why in my last video, because I said Josh was coming in off a 2-fight losing streak. Is there anything else to really say about this? Oh, I don't think Yair beats Volk. I'm sorry, I don't. After what we saw in there against Islam, I don't think really anyone beats Volk. But like, if anyone were to get like a Leon Edwards upset, like, it would be this guy with some crazy spinning kick to the head. Yeah. Other thoughts on the card? Jack Della Maddalena. Okay, there we go. He proved he's that guy. He's in the rankings now at welterweight, coming in fresh at 14. And, we can expect this guy to be an issue. He looked really good in there. I'm not saying he's going to be like the next Hamza. I've heard some people say that. I don't know about that, but like, he's looking really good. And get him a few more fights, and I would love to see more people in that title conversation at welterweight. And this guy can do it, so I hope he gets up there. Because, welterweight, when we look at the top of welterweight, man, it's kind of been the same guys up there for a while. And, that's kind of been the case in all these divisions. We're kind of just waiting for the new guys to make their way up. But, I feel like the welterweight rankings are not accurate. More specifically, Colby Covington's ranking. I'm not trying to shit on him, but I explained this in my biggest video, so you guys should watch that video. Anyways, so blow this video up too, because I want this one to do well. Okay, thankfully no laser pointers. I can't believe this was a thing. Someone on like 4chan said that they were going to point a laser in Islam's eye, and they were going to test it in the Jack Della Maddalena fight. And luckily that didn't happen. And I didn't think it would, but still, could you imagine how fucking crazy that would be? That would be insane. Crute versus Manifold was a banger. It was. I watched it. And I honestly forgot who I thought won, but I didn't think it'd be a draw. Didn't most people think Crute won? Am I tripping? I don't really remember. I was kind of, my mind was going crazy for the Volk fight that was coming up. But and then uneventful prelims. I'm sorry, I'm just gonna say it. I watched a few of them, and then I tried watching back a few, and just ton of decisions, which I'm always gonna complain about. So overall, UFC 284, our February pay-per-view of the year. It was pretty good. Can't hate on it too bad with the lineup they had. They did what they could. And, you know, the championship fight's delivered, which I guess is all that matters. Next up, next month, less than a month away, March 4th, we have 285. This is a big deal. I am excited. We're going to be talking about that as it gets closer. Even though I've kind of given my take on it, I'm probably going to make a better video. Because I feel like my videos are getting better each time I upload. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I do want to, like, make these videos better throughout time. But it's hard. Like, I don't really know what to do. Look, I'm not that good at editing. You know, I make these on Google Slides. You know what I mean? So that shows you where I'm at. So I'm doing what I can, but you know, I appreciate everyone who watches these videos. I really appreciate it. You know, the channel has gotten some support. We've doubled our subscribers from 6 to 12, which is probably the most exponential growth I'll ever have. But, you know, I appreciate everyone watching. Share the channel with your friends, and if you enjoyed the video, drop a like and subscribe. Hope y'all have a great day. And see you in the next video whenever I decide to make another.